Hey guys, welcome to Brisworthy Stone Circle, an amazing site and a must-see. So, to give you the basics, this is consisting at the moment of 24 stones. Originally, they believe it would have come with 42 stones. Now, most of these stones are broader rather than they're tall, and none of them actually go higher than 1 meter. It's an amazing place. Generally, it's an oval shape, but the average diameter is 24 meters. You can see some of these stones behind me. They're really beautiful, absolutely amazing. Now, a key to point out with a lot of these stones, they're actually mostly being put here in the restoration. You can see these have these little kind of smaller stones to support them. Every stone like that is a restoration stone. So the restoration was done back in 1909. And when they started doing it, they only found 3 standing stones here, which is a very small amount. And they kind of brought a couple back. They found a few of them were underground, and I believe some of them had just fallen over. You know, look how amazing this is. Just to show you a restoration stone, an amazing example of how, you know, they've done it. You can see here supporting stones all around the base. Now, this was because I believe they dug the hole, put the big stone in, and then to get it set into its proper upright position, they would lodge the smaller stones in there. But obviously a lot of these do have them at the base. Some of them are less visible, but it's still an amazing sight, because this is pretty much as you would have seen it back in the Bronze Ages or 4,000 plus years ago. So I had a look around at all the bases of the stones. It's only 3 that are original, but I believe this is one of the best examples. I've had a check all around the bottom and it doesn't appear to have any stones. There might have been some under these reeds that we can't see, but it's still an amazing stone to think that is 4,000 years old and it's been standing here. So that's the stone circle behind me. Now, it's getting a bit late, but we're gonna try and walk over this hill because there's an amazing 200 to 300 meter stone row. Now, most of these stones are actually restoration stones as well. And a lot of the restoration has been criticized for being done badly. But, you know, we're still gonna go have a look at it and just see. So we're just on our way up the hill for the Cairn and Stone Row, and right before it, it's only about 20 meters over that way, there's this really incredible crisscrossing in the earth. Now, I haven't actually seen this before, and I'm not too sure what exactly it's for. I haven't seen anything online, I have never really heard about it, but really interesting and quite intriguing, because, you know, it could be Bronze Age, you'd expect it would be, as there's nothing really else around here. No one's lived here for years, but that's one of the puzzles of life, guys. So we've reached the Stone Row and Cairn. We're literally a couple hundred meters up the hill from the Brisworthy Stone Circle. Now, this is actually a bit of a controversy because originally this had 1 standing stone. They had 4 stones on the ground and 6 were completely missing, but they had the socket holes in the ground for them. So they imported 6 stones, reset up the 4 that had fallen, and today you're finished with this cairn. It is 12.6 meters in diameter. There's 9 stones in this cairn, and the stone row actually juts out, you can see behind there, just off down this hill. It doesn't actually go to Brisworthy Stone Circle, which is really quite interesting because you'd have expected if there was 2 stone circles connected quite closely, the stone row would have gone between them. But they've never found anything at the end of this stone row. But still, it's really quite a question, isn't it? So we're at this new site, and just to show you how cold it is up here, that is frozen. Medieval leat that I showed you in my previous video, it's really icy, but it runs straight through this stone row, and they've actually probably taken some of the stones from it, because right at this section, for a good 10 meters on either side, there is no stones in part of this row. So these medieval leats, you know, we walked to the end of the stone row. Now, most of this is actually restoration work. a lot of this site was basically done in 1909. This is also kind of criticised because a lot of the stones were just kind of put up where they were found. So you can see here, this stone here clearly should probably be part of this row, but it's misaligned, and you know, there's not much you can kind of do about it now. It's been put down there and it's a shame, but you know, that's how it is. But it's really a lovely place to be. You know, there's Legis Tor just over there, and that's actually got quite a few settlements. I might take you over there sometime. There's 4 different basically settlements with enclosures with, I think there's about 50 houses in and around the settlements. So a really amazing place and quite inspiring to be. Alright, so we're just going to cross this medieval leat again, and I'd really like to take this time to basically say, you know, thank you for watching the videos, and we're looking to do a lot more of this content. We've brought this new mic obviously because of the wind, so tell us if you think the sound quality is better. It's not too windy up here, but there's definitely some wind, so I'm hoping it's really got that sound quality crisp. So I believe these could be fallen stones, could just be stones, but here's the beginning of the stone circle. It's really lovely, it is. You know, most of the stones wouldn't even have protruded that far out of the ground, so you can see how much of it has been restored. But still, you can get a kind of glimpse of how these people would have lived, and you know, what they were thinking about. Now, these stone circles, there's a controversy about them because no one really knows what they are. A lot of them are kind of cairns, so that's like a landmark, or it could be, you know, burials. But there's not been found that many kind of mummies or skeletons or burial finds in the middle of these stone circles. I believe there is a place as well where there's about 4 or 5 stone circles in Devon that are really close together. So, you know, you can't think it's a ritual kind of thing, because would you have needed so many of them so close together in such a depopulated place? And this here is the centre of the cairn. You can see all of the rocks here. So just to show you an interesting wall, it's probably not that old, but you know, you can see some of these are really quite big slabs, not so much at the top, but it's really quite interesting. I do enjoy looking at these things. Part of the walls crumbled there. I think further down when I was on the way up, I did see a part that had fallen off. Yeah, quite a bit of the walls crumbled here, and just further down it looks like this is a fairly recent tumble. See this big stone, so you can see how this stone wall's made. It is literally just an earth mound, possibly a medieval reeve, and then they've just chucked some stones up there. So it could have originally have been a medieval reeve, and then later on in, you know, kind of 400 to 500 years ago, they've come in and re-put these bigger stones on the outer side to stop the erosion and a lot else. Because you can see on this side here, you know, that is a big rock, a very big rock to be placing up there. Interesting.